everybody, welcome back to my Bible study, and today is the 30th of July 2024. It's 10:50 a.m. It's a very nice weather today. It's kind of cloudy today, but it's a very nice weather today. And today I want to talk to you about how Paul was confronting Peter. I want to talk to you how Paul was confronting Peter. We are very close to a new month, which we are welcoming August on in 2 days. So time is going so fast, my friends. So we are going to August. Then it's going to be September, October. Then it's going to be 31st, and then November. Then it's gonna be Thanksgiving, and then November, December, and then it will be my birthday, other birthdays, and then Christmas, and then New Year's Eve, and this is how it's gonna go. Okay, so Paul confronts Peter. So let's listen, and then we're gonna talk about it. But when Peter came to Antioch, I had to oppose him to his face, for what he did was very wrong. He first arrived, he ate, he ate with the Gentile believers who were not circumcised, but afterward, when some friends of James came, Peter wouldn't eat with the Gentiles anymore. He was afraid of criticism from these people who insisted on the necessity of circumcision. As a result, other Jewish believers followed Peter's hypocrisy, and even Barnabas was led astray by their hypocrisy. When I saw that they were not following the truth of the gospel message, I said to Peter, in front of all the others, since you, a Jew by birth, have discarded the Jewish laws and are living like a Gentile, why are you now trying to make these Gentiles follow the Jewish traditions? You and I are Jews by birth, not sinners like the Gentiles. Let we know that a person is made right with God in Jesus Christ, not by obeying the law. And we have believed in Christ Jesus so that we might be made right with God because of our faith in Christ. Not because we have obeyed the law, for no one will ever be made right with God by obeying the law. But suppose we seek to be made right with God through faith in Christ, and then we are found guilty because we have abandoned the law. Wouldn't that mean Christ had led us into sin? Absolutely not. Rather, I am a sinner if I rebuild the old system of law I already tore down. For so I died to the law. I stopped trying to meet all its requirements so that I might live for God. My old self has been crucified with Christ. It is no longer I who live, but Christ lives in me. So I live in this earthly body by trusting in the Son of God, who loved me and gave himself for me. I do not treat the grace of God as meaningless. For if keeping the law could make us right with God, then there was no need for Christ to die. So, Peter did a mistake. We all do mistakes, my friends. We all do mistakes. Peter did something very wrong, and Paul was really angry about it because he didn't follow the law of God. We have to follow all laws. We have to follow all those laws, and we need to follow our rules. We need to follow our rules. Otherwise, our life will not going to get better. We have to learn by rules and by the law. The thing is about learning by the law, by rules, is to help us to consider ourselves by doing things right and avoid doing things wrong. There are rules everywhere. There are rules of making friends. There are rules of love. There are rules. Uh, there are rules everywhere. Bless me. There are rules everywhere. What I'm trying to say is, that rules and laws, and the law that we are living in, the law is everywhere, in every country, in every state, in every single part of the world. But the rules, but because people are giving us rules, so we can, so we can be, so we can, so we can be working, together without any trouble. That's because we have rules. Listen to each other, love each other as love each other. Each other is love your neighbors. Your neighbors are your parents, your friends, your family. Those are your neighbors. Love yourself. You need to love yourself, but also love other people. Love your neighbor. That is the rule that even in the book of Romans is mentioned that all the time. Even in the book of Romans is mentioned that all the time, that you should love your neighbor as you love yourself. Honoring each other as friends, honoring each other as brothers and sisters, honoring each other as a couple, as a wife and a husband. We have some rules here. We have rules everywhere. It's very important to follow the rules. We have rules at school, we have rules at work, we have rules in our family, rules at home, rules at home. It's very important to follow those rules because they can help us with something. I know people are not good with rules sometimes. I'm not good with rules. But you know what? Rules can teach us something. Rules can really teach us something. They have to educate us so we can have our life better and communicate with other people better. It's very important to it's very important to understand that people who have rules. For example, parents have rules for their children. The only rule that you have to do is to listen to your parents. That's the rule. Any another way. That's the rule that you have to listen to your parents. You have to listen to your parents, follow their instructions, and do all those other things. But that doesn't mean you have to do, chores and all that stuff. You just have to listen to your parents and you're free to go. That is the rule. Listen, being a good listener is always a rule. There are even rules of conversation, of relationships. But the rules of conversation is very important. Let's talk about the rules of conversation. Because we are communicating with God. We are having a conversation with God. We're having a conversation with God. God doesn't interrupt us. God doesn't comment us. What do we say? Do not criticize any people's sentences. No. For example, when somebody says, "Oh, that's what you said. That was a nonsense," you have a right to be angry at him or at her, because you're not gonna allow anybody to criticize your sentence or criticize your conversation. The rule is we have all the time rules. Rules we have all the time in the pool, in the court, of the games, of the family. Life is not a game. Life is a real thing. We have rules in our life that we have to follow. It's really important to follow the rules in our life. We have our own rules. Parents have their own rules. We have rules because we need to we need to we need to prove ourselves that God, when He created us, it was a purpose that God created us, which was really good. But when God created animals and plants, He said that's good. But when He created a human, He said that was really good. See what's going on here? And this is what's going. This is what's going on. There are people who follow the rules. The people who follow the rules have better life. People who follow the rules have better life. And Peter didn't follow the Jewish law. He did something what was against the law. The point is, that he's trying. The point is that he was eating with the Gentiles. Paul says that he's not a Gentile. He's a believer of God. And he was eating with the Gentiles. I mean, what is wrong with that? What is wrong with that? That's a question that we don't know how to answer. But the question is, why do we have to follow rules? This is the answer. This is the question that we need to answer today. Why do we need to follow rules? Because rules are helping us to do every single right thing. We are not perfect people. Nobody is perfect. That's why we need rules. We need rules. Rules are everywhere. Warnings are everywhere. So God gives us those commandments when Moses showed those commandments in the Mount Sinai in the book of Exodus, because Moses did that. Those are the rules of God. There are lots of do nots there that they are very important that we should follow. We should follow the 10 commandments of God. Otherwise we will end up Otherwise, we will end up taking the mark of the beast. Why do we want to do that? We want to be with God. We want to be with Jesus. We don't want to be with the devil. We want to be with Jesus. Jesus is the way. Jesus is the path that we are following him. You following him, other people are following you, means that people are doing things that you are doing. It's really important to understand that kind of a point, because for example, you want to be some kind of you want to be somebody's friend, and the rules of friendship are two. The rules of friendship. It's very important to understand something like this, because you need to be careful with other people. Some people are cruel. Some people do not understand who you are, and that's why they're picking on you. We have to avoid those people. We have to avoid those people. Those people who do not understand us, we're going to say, okay, you don't understand me, then why are you with me anymore? Why are you with me? I mean, why are you even spending time with me? Because why are you even wasting time with me? Because you don't understand me. You are picking on me, and you are looking for trouble. Why even do you even waste time? Why are you wasting time with me? It's really important to understand where is your place. It's really important to know where is your place. Really important. I'm not talking like this to let you down and all that stuff. But this is how the world, how really life works. Learning by rules and following the law. We need to follow all the rules. We need to follow the rules of the road. We need to follow the rules of our relationships. We need to follow the rules of school. We need to follow the rules in our family. Those are the rules. Those are the things that we need to do because we want to communicate with other people better. We want to make sure that other people do not criticize our behavior because we don't really follow those rules, but we are following those rules. Sometimes we don't understand. Sometimes we don't understand those rules, but instead, when we learn to follow those rules, we can get better and better. It's really important to do something like this. There's a if something like this will be happen, like there's no rules, that no one will learn. But the thing is that people are trying to get you educated with rules. That's for your own good, and it's even for your own good protection and safety. It's really important. Follow the rules. Follow the law. No matter if you like it or not. There are some rules that you don't like. There are some rules that I dislike. There are some rules that I like. There is nothing like this that there is nothing like this that there is something that is this is just like with doing doing the things that they're supposed to be done at home. There's something. There's something. There's some things that we don't do, we hate doing that we do hate, but there's something that we love to do. The rules are rules, and we have to follow them. Thank you so much, and I will see you on a Thursday. Thank you so much for listening with me for listening with me. Uh, it's really good. It's a really good pleasure that you are subscribing to me. Please subscribe to my channel. Keep subscribing. Hit that notification bell. And I hope you really love my YouTube channel. I will see you later, and I will see you next time on Thursday. God bless you and have a great rest of the day.